hello, welcome in everyone. I hope you enjoyed a nice sleep if you're in the Americas and waking up, and I hope you enjoyed the little bit of a break in chat that's been going on. I hope everyone's feeling motivated. We are into day, what, five and a half maybe? Friday. And that's pretty incredible. It's a good place to be. There we go. Yes, let's have a look. Let's get myself settled in. What you are seeing is my actual office. So I am sat at this desk. Maybe not quite in anime form, but here we are. Hello Kay. Hello Rachel. CB394, hello to you too. Welcome back, writing Nihilina. And Jacqueline, yes, I'm in Northern England. So we have the lunchtime slot, but we also get the good opportunity to say good morning to everyone on the East Coast. I like to keep things pretty chill around here. So I have some work that I'll be working on. I'm working on a first draft. I'm about 3 chapters from the end. I tend to keep the lo-fi running in the background. So whether it's a lazy lunchtime, a smooth way into the morning. If you think that is good, then stick around. And I hope you enjoy this next segment. But the first thing we need to do is pick a background. Hello Rita, welcome. Rita is my co-host. For technical reasons, this is the first time only the second time I'm streaming on YouTube. I'm normally a Twitch native and I've never co-hosted. Rita is my official co-host. So if you could give her a very big welcome in chat, that would be appreciated. The next thing we need to do though is pick a background, because we can stick with my office, but we have a few more options. Where would we feel the most productive? We have this gorgeous shelf of books if we feel so inclined. We have a grand library space. We have a notebook with a cup, or something a bit more cozy if we're feeling more into reading. Does anyone have any favourites? Yes, Rita's giving a shout out for how to use OBS for co-hosting. I believe you can use Zoom, you can use Discord. I'm not on Discord, that's something I need to get on to doing. The all other option was Restream. I have used that. Maybe another thing. Bookcase, Grand Library or Notebook. Welcome in Morning Star. Place your bet. Yep, Bookcase. Bookcase seems to be winning so far. Let's go back to that. Have a look. Ooh, Cozy Coffee one. Seems to be a bit all over the place. Bookcase is winning so far. What do we think? This is the winner so far. Feel free to get yourself any food, beverages that you might want while we pick. And then shortly we'll get on to our first sprint. Bookcase. Let's stick with the bookcase. Nice. Now, unfortunately, I will be obscuring the bookcase slightly. This is an actual screen from Scrivener. So I'm currently working on my second novel. It's a YA paranormal romance and sci-fi mix, because why not? Once upon a time I tried to write something serious and it just fell flat, so now I write for sheer entertainment purposes. It took 5 years, fair enough, to get my first book out. I'm not going to say it wasn't extraordinarily confusing, because it was. But thanks to YouTube, I managed to figure out what I was doing. Literally, I think I came across Authortube about 5-6 years ago, and I did nothing but learn writing craft and look at writing tip videos for an entire year before I put pen to paper. But that's enough from me. Okay, I despise the original OBS for coasting. It's you have to use supplemental things to make properly. Yeah. Streamlabs, OBS basics, and app function. I will look into this for another time, I promise. But right now, I think we get on with sprinting. Did you change your background on Scrivener? Yes. I despise looking at anything if it's white. If I can change it to dark, yes. And it is transparent. It's dark and it's transparent, so it doesn't hurt my eyes. I'll be turning on the butler to use robo vacuum. Yeah, that is a plan. I love those. I have a robot vacuum. Thankfully, my cats have finally gotten used to it. It took a while, but we got there. Let's see, Morning Star says, my daughter writes in Scrivener and she's made it dark. Yeah, I've done the same. There are a lot of different options on Scrivener, more so than I'd thought. It is very good, but that's enough of that. I am halfway through a scene. I'm going to have to work out where I'm up to. Let me know what you're working on in the chat, and let's get some work done. Oh, welcome in, Brett. I will be keeping the lo-fi on. If anyone wants to put it on mute, they can. If not, feel free to relax, enjoy it. I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes to start off with, and we'll see how we go. How does that sound? I think anything more and I might get a little bit dazed. I think I need this little intro to figure out where I'm at. Thank you, Rita. Yes. Please like, subscribe. I have subscribed to everyone on the large Authortube playlist. The playlist can be found in the description. So is a link to the next stream. Also, if you've been enjoying this marathon relay, or you have some ways to improve it, Sam, who set this thing up, has put together a form that you would like people to fill out, like a survey. The link to that is also in the description, so please fill that out. With that being said, let's get some work done. In 3, 2, 1, and sprint. And that's time. How did everyone get on in the first 15 minutes? My word count was absolutely abysmal. I got a phone call in the middle of that and someone knocked on my door. You know when you say, okay, I'm just going to reserve this time for writing? This is the magic of the marathon. I can make this up at other times today, and hopefully throughout the rest of it too. There we go. Let's get the screen back. Let's get the nice view back. Welcome in, Angel Fae Writer, nice to have you. Also welcome anyone lurking. You're more than happy to chill out and enjoy the music. I think I've managed to work out where I was in this scene. I'm kind of coming towards that end of we've just finished the final battle, things are now coming down moment. Yep, the door, phone, pets. At one point I have had a cat climbing all over me. Now he seems to have gone just settled in on a windowsill, which is nice. What sort of streamer would I be if I didn't have a picture of said cat to show you? So, this is one of my two cats. He's called Thelonious. We got him when he was 16 weeks old. They're both black, they're both brothers, and they've just turned 2. The other one is called Karibo, because I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Why not? There we go. Oh, there we go, back to this. Nice. I always think it's nice to have a writing companion when they're not getting in the middle of you and the keyboard. That's what prompted me to get a Bluetooth keyboard, so I could lift it up and type with one hand. Declan says, I've done nearly 600 this morning, but now I'm moving on to my reading journal. That is a good chunk of work. Well done. I always set my project kind of goals for a day at about 500 words. Anything more than that is a bonus. Rita says, I'm earning my streak back on Duolingo. Poor little guy had skull and bones. Is Duolingo any good? I've never used it. But I am fascinated by the concept of just little snippets every day. I suppose anything's better than nothing. A bit like writing or reading when you put in a habit. You get there eventually. What language are you looking into, if you don't mind me asking? I'm quite curious. I'm just going to have a drink. I've got some hydration drink here, so some electrolyte drinks. I tend to go towards low blood pressure. It's one of the reasons, kind of for my avatar, it means I don't have to be so made up. I am chronically ill with a multiple amount of illnesses. I'm housebound, essentially. I only really go out for medical purposes. So it is very, very... I'm very pleased to be here working with you all. It's really encouraging to me just to talk to people. Fair warning, the owl is aggressive when you don't study every day. I'm brushing up on my Spanish. It's a good goal. It's a good goal. Kudos to you for doing it. I'm just imagining what this owl mascot looks like now. The only thing I can think of is the owl from Animal Crossing. Fairly fluent, just need vocabulary. Is it one of those kind of use it or lose it things? It's one of the reasons I started streaming. I also have autism and I was just kind of getting quite isolated. So this is making me use my voice and my words. Even though I only speak English. So it's good. Wow. Rita's saying she'd like to get back into studying Italian, French and Greek. I'm sure I have a vampire character somewhere who's learned those. But they've had literally centuries to do it. It makes me wonder actually how much of what they know is now outdated. Okay, that's me going off on a character tangent again. Oh, CB394 says I have low blood pressure too. It's something I don't wish on anyone, unless you're an athlete, in which case, good for you. You've earned it. Your body can cope. Anyone else, it's like, ugh. Yeah, Rita's saying they believe the language is a use it or lose it thing. I agree. I agree. I hope everyone's feeling a little bit more awake, or they're getting themselves some lunch, or they're easing into the afternoon, depending on where they are. Rachel is saying, for me, languages are definitely a use it or lose it thing, and I have lost two. I'm still absolutely astonished at anyone who could learn not even just one extra language, but two. The closest I get is watching Japanese anime subtitles. It got to one point though where I could say that I understood, what was it, a Nissan or a Toyota advert? I think it was Toyota advert on the TV once, and I didn't look up and it was in Japanese, and I could tell people in the room what it was saying, but that's because I've just been an anime fan for so long. I'm not trained or anything. That just comes with the territory. I wonder, if you are bilingual, do you think you're more likely to write bilingual characters? My au pair was from Mexico. That's nice, that's lovely. I've only really been out of England to other parts of Europe. I visited Bulgaria once before it joined the European Union. I've been to Spain, I went to France, I've been to the Netherlands, I've been to Scotland. I think that's about my limit. Right, I think it's time that we get back to being productive. Do we want to change backgrounds? This is my son speaks Japanese, that's how he learnt it too. Yeah. Then he took it in high school and has continued planning a trip to Japan. I love watching vlogs of Japan. It's an incredible place. I don't know how I'd cope with the heat. I am heat intolerant though because of my conditions. Yeah. But I can admire from afar this thing. I think it's mainly is the expressions. I didn't know I was autistic until I was an adult, and with them being so kind of over the top, it made it really easy for me to pick up what the characters were thinking. They're not very subtle. Morningstar says, my cousin moved to England to be able to country hop easier. That is a very, very good point. We are very well placed. We're kind of a gateway for Americans into Europe sometimes, I think. We do straddle, so we can have American time zone conversations, European time zone conversations. I am very lucky. I didn't realise that though until I came online. Rita says, personally it's been easier to flip-flop through languages that are Latin rooted for sure. And it does inspire more culturally diverse languages. I hope so. I think there needs to be more. I have one character who wants to learn a bunch of languages. And to be honest, if I wasn't online now and exposed to so many different people from around the world, I don't think I would have done that to have someone invested. But then again, he's a werewolf who's been living in space. He thought the universal language of the Earth was Esperanto, the human language. And now he's come to Earth, he's realised that's not the case. I had to go there. I just couldn't. CB394 says, I did French and Spanish in school and had to fight to be able to do that because mainstream Catholic school, kids with additional needs were treated like they shouldn't exist. Yeah, I went to a Catholic school. My sister went to a Catholic school. She learnt Latin. That stopped when I got there. I was told I had to do 2 different languages. I had to learn French and German. I have forgotten them both. Yes, I agree. I feel blessed to know so many friends from other places. Online has really opened the world to me. And Morningstar, yeah, you spend so much time looking for what normal behaviour is. Yeah, I think I didn't even know why. It was just kind of easier. to watch their expressions being so over the top to relate to that. It is more of a show don't tell. Subtext when I'm watching things isn't really there, but I do find I get it more in books, body language and things, and I find that the autism helps with writing that too. I think looking at the time, we're perfectly placed for a 20-minute sprint, and that should give us then about 5 minutes to hop to the next person. What's everyone thinking? Where should we put our background next? We could go back to my office. We could hop into the Grand Library for a little bit. We could work with the notebook, bring a bit more light to the screen, or if you want slightly more light, we have the candle and the coffee cup and a book to go with the cozy atmosphere. We've got about 1 minute to decide. Any ideas? What do we prefer? Brett saying he loves computer languages. I wanted to learn computer languages when I was at school. I got to A levels, which is, I suppose, the American. I don't really know how to describe those. It's like the step before UK university, which I suppose is the step before American college. And as when I got there, my school had changed their computer science course to applied science. And I'm like, I don't want to know how to use Microsoft Word. I want to create Microsoft Word. Ah, well. I think that it was an opportunity that passed me by. Library or office? Yep. Let's go back to my office. Why not? We'll bring it home. There we go. Great. So this is literally where I'm sat now. This is my setup. Just add a microphone and a bottle of something fluid, and we're here. Right. Without further ado, we're going to start the very last sprint. I hope you relax, enjoy the music, and you get whatever it is you want done, whether that's work, reading, relaxation. I'll see you at the other side. Reminders that links to the next sprint are in the description box, so is the link to the rest of the playlist, and pinned at the top is a survey if you are enjoying the marathon. Or not enjoying the marathon. Please tell us why. It's good feedback. Be ready. In 3, 2, 1, and sprint.
And that's time. How did everybody get on? I managed to finish a scene, interestingly, somehow. Not quite sure how that happened, but I managed. I managed to figure out where I was at, finish a scene. Not quite, I got about 238 words, but I think that's pretty good going. That's the end of my contribution to the Authortube Booktube marathon. I will be lurking around in other streams. I'll be popping up to say hi. I wish you all luck if you're going to carry on with it, and I will now pass you over to the wonderful Kay. Thank you so much, Rita, for popping in to the chat. I promise we will co-host with both of us on screen at one point. We'll sort something out. There's so much software out there these days. I hope you all have a good day, whatever you are up to, and that you manage to achieve whatever you want. It's been a pleasure being here, and I'll see you around in the chats of other streams. Morningstar says that's awesome. I'm writing away on the adhesion chapter. Nice. Adhesion. You're going to have to explain that one probably in another stream or chat some other time. Rachel says I need to get onto my household budgeting. At that time I added to the doc. Oh, thank you. No problem. I am really happy to have been asked and approached by Sam. It was great. I'll see you briefly in chat in the next stream, and I'll be popping in and out throughout the day. No problem, Morningstar, Michelle, Rachel, thanks. I'll see you around again. Bye.